Hello everyone, my name is Dom, also known as the D20 of God, and today will be the inaugural episode of Don't Drink and Draft. The premise of this show is that I, a number 1 mythic ranked drafter on Arena, will be attempting to reclaim my position after the season reset with a significant handicap. Before and during the show, I have and will partake of several adult beverages, which may or may not have a strong impact on the drafting experience. Today we're going to be doing an arena-powered cube draft. While we just wait for these seats to fill in, I should add the disclaimer that this show is not endorsed by any particular product. I have had several beers. I will not say which beers. Although maybe future drafts will have certain pairings. I don't know. But I do not recommend that you do this at home. It is bad for your health. It is bad for your rank. It's probably bad for you all around. So that's why I'm doing it, so that you don't have to. Without further ado, let us cut to the good stuff. Okay, I've gotten another beer. Let's go. I cannot stress, by the way, how stupid this idea is, and you should never try it at home. And also here is a Pack 1, Pick 1 Ancestral Recall. Hell yeah. Fury, also pretty good. Combat Stellar Pup can be broken. One of those cards that works 50% of the time, but also every time. Let's be real, I'm going to forget this whole booster by the time it comes back. I'm just looking at Ancestral Recall. Has anyone else had this problem with Arena where you try and hit the confirm pick button and it just doesn't work? Alright, Oko. Pretty broco. Honestly, not as good as he used to be when he was first introduced to Vintage Cube. He was a kind of ride or die first pick for a while. We've got Volk. That's just a nice hedge. If we get some good fetches, then it will make it easier to play Ancestral Recall in any red deck, or with any red fetches, and Flooded Strand, which also, it's just a nice hedge. Normally in Vintage Cube, I would recommend starting with the broken thing and then just going from there. And barring that, just take the fixing. Take the fixing. Every card in this cube is so powerful that it'll come together if your fixing's good. I'm gonna take Flooded Strand because I can't really think well right now. Okay. Ooh, Brainstorm makes Flooded Strand really good. Basically, nearly makes it Ancestral 2. Ajani can win the game by itself if your opponent doesn't know how to remove it properly. Ouroboros also wins the game by itself if your opponent doesn't know how to remove it properly. And sometimes, even if your opponent does, it can still get a trigger, make it really difficult for them to play into. Look. I'm not going to be able to play this Brainstorm very well, but it is going to be very entertaining. So let's just grab that one. All right, more blue cards. Always more blue cards. The Vintage Cube does tend to be skewed towards blue, so they're pretty safe to splash. Gobin. Now, this card just goes coast to coast, all by itself. Like, Looter Ilkor used to be a classic, and then they put in the Werewolf. Except the problem with the Werewolf is sometimes it flips, and it doesn't... The Seafaring Werewolf, I think, and sometimes it doesn't discard the cards, so it used to be like a slam dunk for the Reanimator decks, but if you went to nighttime, then the Reanimate... Like, you couldn't discard the creature that you're trying to reanimate, and it was actually a big downside. Spell Pierce, kind of whatever. Phantasmal Image, pretty decent. Memory Lapse I'm also looking at. Could go swing into a control style deck here. But I think Gobin's good in Reanimator, Storm, Combo. Ooh, Mishra's Workshop. I know we don't have any artifacts right now, but that card... Remember what I said about taking the broken thing first? Could go Trinket Mage and try to snag a 1-mana artifact. Goes well with Brainstorm. Chromehost Seed Shark if we're going to control. Ulamog if we're trying to do something extremely broken. All we're doing right now is drawing cards, so I don't know how we'd get it into play other than just hitting a land drop every turn. Ketcheria Triome can be fetched off Flooded Strand for 3 different colours. I kind of really want to pick the Courser of Krufix, but that's just because my favourite card ever is Titania, and I almost always end up drafting that land sacrifice deck, whether I want to or not. Ewit, very strong. I think we're just going to go with Mishra's Workshop because it's really broken. Natural Order. We have no green creatures, nothing to sacrifice, nothing to put into play. We could also take that and hope for an Atraxa later on. I think that's probably a bit of a stretch. Underground Sea's pretty nice. It moves us towards... We could play Fleam if we wanted to. I've never cast Fleam. I'm going to be honest. I've never cast Fleam. I've never transformed Goban. I don't even know what Fleam does. Except go viral, apparently. EI, pretty good. Chain Lightning, solid. I think it might just be Underground Sea. Once again, as a hedge. We can fetch it with a Flooded Strand. Let's see where this goes. Oh, I love Upheaval. It's really good with Mishra's Workshop. It's decent with the other cards we've got. Prismatic Vista's pretty good with Brainstorm. Treasure Cruise is pretty decent with fetches and stuff, but I think we've already got our 2 draw 3 spells. I don't think we necessarily need a third yet. I think with Mishra's Workshop and the cards I got here, let's just force an artifact upheaval deck. All right, Talisman of Creativity, brilliant, perfect. I really like 6. I don't think it's good, but I like it. Undercity Sewers also can be fetched off Flooded Strand. I don't know how deep in black we're going at this point, and we've already got a blue-black land, so I think I'm just going to grab this artifact while we can, because it's guaranteed to cast off the Workshop, and it will ramp into Upheaval. So Savannah can be fetched off Flooded Strand. It means that it'll be very easy to splash green or white, or just play green or white, if we are going into like a fast one kind of deck. Jace is a win condition, and Talisman of Resilience can be cast off the Workshop. We don't have a lot of time. I'm just going to take the Savannah. There'll be green cards coming around. Yeah, see, we could do like a Bant kind of deal. We could play the Oculus as a win con. Zurin Orb, if we're trying to do... I told you, I always end up in that land destruction deck. I might just take Spara's Headquarters. I know that we haven't taken any green, white, and not that many blue cards to cast with these lands, but when we do, our mana base is going to be perfect. Yeah, Elvish Mist is great here. It goes really well with Upheaval. Ooh, I love Coveted Jewel, especially for Mishra's Workshop. I think it's a terrible card. I think it's really good with Upheaval, and I'm definitely going to deck myself. I should probably just play Spell Pierce or Phantasmal Image, but let's swing for it. Yeah, Ewit came back. Are we ready to Ancestral into Ewit Ancestral? I'm ready. And Canker Bloom's good sideboard card. Yeah, I might grab that. I like Up the Beanstalk. Oh, okay. Well, we got a Haywire Might anyway. I like Up the Beanstalk. This deck is going to run out of cards. We are going to mill ourselves out. 100%. Lotus Petal. That's pretty good with Ancestral. It turns one of those cards into a free mana pretty quickly. Some good ramp. Prime Time also here, though. That's the kind of guy who you can cast it, swing with it, Upheaval, go again. Well, you don't really want to do that, though, because it just puts lands into your hand. So it's kind of an opposite plan to Upheaval. It's the other thing that we do if we reach 6 mana. It's possible it'll wheel. We did see a way to cheat it into play earlier that didn't come back. Malcolm, pretty good. Dress Down, good. Frantic Surge, fine. Sleight of Hand, whatever. That'll be back. Yeah, Battlesphere, decent with the Workshop. I reckon we go Lotus Petal and we try and get more artifacts here. Fairy Mastermind, pretty good. Regrowth with an Eternal Witness and Ancestral, that's pretty great. Nissa, doubles all your mana. Pretty good before upheavaling. Booster Tutor, strongest cantrip in the whole cube. Skull Clamp, that's pointed in 7 point. That card's pretty broken. It can draw us some cards. I don't think card draw is where we're at. I think we're just going to try and do the broken thing. I reckon we take Channel. And if we see some high mana colorless cards, then we pop off. Rephellos. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of green mana. That's going to be really good with Upheaval, which means that we want to maximize our forests. And look at that! Look at that! I've already made some good picks on the mana base. We already have some forests going on. Both of them could be fetched. Hell yeah, all coming together. All right, what else we got? No More Lies. We could play that. Not really super excited by anything else in this pack. Flood Farm Verge, just because we have white lands, but don't actually have any white cards. Wrath of God. Could clear the board before we bounce everything. Bayou. Nadu. Don't really have anything to target Nadu with right now, but we can try looking for it. Botanical Sanctum. Not a forest. We do want to be keeping our forests high. Bayou's good if we find a black source. If we want to splash something black, then we can go Underground Sea and Bayou. I'm just going to take Nadu. And if something like Skull Clamp comes back, then we'll take a look at what we can do with it. Vaultborn Tyrant. That card's pretty busted. We didn't end up getting any good ways to cheat it into play just yet. Channel's not great at casting it because you need 4 green on 1 turn. Zeeka's Chariot, that just kills people. That actually is a pretty good artifact with the Mishra's Workshop, I'm not going to lie. Ether Spellbomb, also good. It's okay with the Workshop. Leave some mana floating. I like Sink into Stupor because, a land that could also be a spell, gives us flexibility, especially if we're trying to ramp and play Mana Rocks. I'm just going to take the Chariot because it kills people. I love a Time Spiral, but I don't think this is really the deck for it. I mean, we could try Time Spiral after an Upheaval, but that also removes all of our own permanents. Expedition Map, pretty good if we're looking for Workshop. I might just snag the Ulamog here because we have Channel already, and we might even be able to ramp into it if I get my act together in time. Git Probe, free card. Force of Negation, free card. This is a pretty good way to protect not exactly the Upheaval, but a lot of what we've got going on, especially after Ancestraling. We'll draw some cards, so exiling a card from our hand won't be a huge cost. Pick Your Poison, great sideboard card. Stomping Ground is a forest if we wanted to play red spells. Might just take Force here. If that wasn't in the pack, then it would be Git Probe. Okay, I love Tropical Island. That's kind of perfect for this deck. But so's Noble Hierarch, because we can get that down, start ramping, get way more mana than our opponent, and it's so easy to redeploy after the Upheaval. Pretty sad to see both the Breeding Pool and the Chop in the same booster that we will not see again. Green Sun Zenith, also good if we wanted to find the Nadu. But we're not doing anything like that right now. Revoke is an artifact for the Workshop. I might just take Malcolm, digs us deeper to the Upheaval. Is almost a must-answer threat because of the way that it works. After the 4th hit, it starts casting the card that you discard for free. We don't have a ton in here that's... Well, I guess Ulamog's pretty good for free, hey. Fairy Mastermind's great for digging. I think our card draw package it's okay right now, and it is just going to get better as we go. I'll just grab the regrowth in case something goes horribly wrong. I'll take... Yeah, no more lines we can splash for, that's fine if we need to. Wrath of God we can splat... Ephemerate E... Yeah, Ephemerate Ewit though. Ephemerate Ewit... I want the Wrath of God because Boros is pretty good in this meta, but we've got some pretty sweet stuff to do with the Ephemerate. I love Vault Bullet Tyrant. Again, I said it before, I'll say it again. I don't know what it's still doing here. I'm going to take the Sink into Stupor anyway. I also like Questing Druid. We don't have any good red right now, and I don't think we need the draw. Let's take the map because we can find the Mishra's Workshop off it. Omnath, honestly, pretty good pickup here. Oh, Expiration. Brilliant. Perfect. Excellent. Deathrite, also good. Restless Finestalk is a win condition. Polluted Delta, also. If the Expiration isn't here, then I think I'm taking Polluted Delta. Quantum Rizzler, also decent, but I don't think this is the deck for it. If it comes back, maybe we'll take it. Sundering Titan could work, although we have a lot of different types in our mana base. I'm just going to grab the Expiration. Pairs really well with the Ancestral. Could speculate on Dark Depths. We do have the Expedition map. Nissa's really good with Expiration, playing a bunch of lands out, upheavaling, playing her again, playing lands again. Hull Breacher does kill people, and there's a pretty decent chance that Nissa will wheel, though. We don't have anything that makes our opponent draw cards, except for Ancestral, although I think using Ancestral as a ritual instead of a draw spell, probably not where we want to be. The Hull Breacher also does kind of protect this coveted jewel. Ooh, okay. Verdant Catacombs, great. Zagoth Triumph, decent, but better with the Catacombs. Subtlety, really good with Ancestral Recall for all the same reasons that Force of Negation is. Bristly Bill, actual win condition. Preordain. Oh, but Pest Infestation goes so well with Channel. And it just kills people. Sometimes they rely on all their artifacts. Tezzeret, a great card. What, are we in pack 3? We're in pack 3. Damn it. I want this whole booster. We need an Agent of Acquisitions to give us this whole booster. Really want the Verdant Catacombs if Nissa wheels. I'm just going to take Pest Infestation because it does just kill people. And especially if you have a Gaia's Cradle, which you can tutor for with the Expedition map. Except Rumble, decent, although all of the stuff that we want to be finding is non-creature. Mana Leak, good way to protect. Misty Rainforest, also perfect in this deck. Once Upon a Time, great. All of the cards that we really want are all in the same boosters. I'm just going to take the Cradle because we've already got some dorks. There's another guy who stops our opponent from drawing more than one card per turn. Broad Spineworm is here. I don't think we're casting that. I don't think we're casting the Talisman of... I mean, we can cast the Talisman of Hierarchy, but I don't think we're playing it. I think at this point, we're probably not going to be playing the Mishra's Workshop. That's okay. Yeah, Leovold's pretty easy to splash for, even if we don't end up playing in the main. He's pretty good in the side. Crop Rotation, good. Llanowar Elves, good. Zeatora Proving Ground here. Capicaneer is here, but Uro is... it's a win condition. It puts our lands into play. It's really good with Upheaval. This is all fine. Yeah, this is a Windswept Heath's pretty good. That can just grab... They can grab green, blue... Just green or blue, but that's what we need. It can't fetch the black. That's fine. Okay, let's... Nissa, that's a win con. Talisman of an Impulse. More ramp. Shifting Woodland, kind of win con. Consider, decent. I'm not really sure what to go here. I guess Nissa kills people. I haven't really played with it a bunch, but every time my opponent has resolved it, it just sucks. It just sucks. Like, for me, that is. For them, it's great. They have a great time. I have a terrible time. Consult, good way of digging for what we need, especially if we're going specifically for the Upheaval. Safekeeper, we're not really on the land sacrifice plan. Vinestalk, however, is a backup win condition, which, hang on, how many, we got 7 lands. Oh, all the stats are hidden. I have no idea how many cards we need to pick, hang on. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Hey, the Nissa came back, see, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Do we have any elementals in the deck, actually? Oh, there's no, I forgot about the Nadu. I'm gonna be real. I'm 3 beers in. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. Do not do this at home. Your draft will look your draft will probably look better than this, but like, it will not look good. I don't know, man. I don't think we're playing the Mishra's Workshop. So even if it is good with Azeka's Chariot, let's just get the card that gives us a bit more consistency. We may cast Beza, but let's just take the Talisman in case we do want to play. And the Lenoir is back. Okay, so we ended up with nothing to target our stuff with Nadu. We may end up still playing it just because it stops our opponent from targeting our stuff. Let's see how many holes we need to plug here. Okay, we've gone over. We're fine. We're fine. So if we're not playing the workshop, we probably don't want Duel, as fun as it is with Hull Breacher and everything. It's a decent ramp. Probably just playing some kind of blue-green mid-range plan that has an upheaval button if things go wrong, and then sometimes we might be able to channel Ulamog or Pest Infestation. This is a land. We don't have any ways of making our opponent draw, so I don't think we need to play Leovold. It is not too hard to splash forward because we have the Underground Sea, but we only have one way of fetching that up. So let's not tax the mana base too much. Expedition map can still find Gaia's Cradle. Gobin's like, I guess he's a win con. He's probably going to kill an opponent faster than Malcolm is. He might even get out of range of red removal. How many ways do we have of winning the game? Channeling for Ulamog early. Using Nissa. Putting a bunch of stuff into play, upheavaling, and then doing it again. Do we need preordering? It's a little weird with a couple of fetches. Do we need map? How many creatures do I have? 11? That's not a ton. But Gaia's Cradle is pretty good with all these dorks we've got going on. And the Pest Infestation. It's okay for casting the Pest Infestation, but it's once this resolves, then we can use the Gaia's Cradle to, I don't know, cast a full Loyalty Nissa, or just go for Ulamog. Maybe we go down Regrowth because we've already got the Ewit, and we're just kind of regrowthing not a lot. I will cut a land in a second. At least one land, since this is a backup land. And I normally tend to play 16 lands in draft. I just tend to get flooded as a person. I don't know if that's because I don't think I draw more cards because I kind of can negate the flooding. Maybe the games I play just go longer. Maybe I'm better at trading resource for resource. Maybe I'm bad at trading resource for resource, but let's see. One more cut. Malcolm just kind of sculpts the hand. He's not the worst. Can find more lands if we have exploration already in play. Oh yeah, do we have any elementals? Or elf? Ewit feels like it should be an elf, but it's not. Nissa, no longer technically an elf. Apparently when planeswalkers get their spark, they just lose their race or whatever. They ascend. They become better than us. They don't see race anymore. Human, elf. There's one elf. 2 elves. Okay, I mean, I don't have a ton of ways of double triggering this. I've got the exploration, I've got a couple fetches, but... Oh, Raphaelis. I got 3 hits. That's not the worst. Uro, not an elemental. I don't know what this is, with his, like, face and everything. The eyeballs, big... I don't want to look at Uro anymore. Anyway, he's not an elemental. I don't know. I don't want to play a 41 card special. That kind of sucks. I need all these mana dogs. Is it just Expedition map? Yeah, maybe I can find Gaia's Cradle just by the power of drawing a ton of cards. Believing in the heart of the cards. Alright. Yeah, I trust Arena's auto land. Except I don't. I really don't trust Arena's auto land thing, and you should check your lands every time before you start playing. I can't be bothered right now though, so let's hop into things. Let's get going. All right, we got our round 1 opponent, Magic Mike. That is a name I've heard before, and not just in cinemas. Or it's Magic _ Mike. There's probably a whole bunch of people named Magic Mike on this. Hey, well, we've got the 6 mana to cast the Upheaval. It's pretty tempting. We can fetch for something. I don't remember what's in my deck. Cycle this. Ramp. Yeah, whatever. Let's just snap that off. Opponent's going down a card. So, oh wait, didn't I? Apparently they're on the play. Okay. And so we could Ancestral on their upkeep. I think honestly, I'd rather just get my tap land out of the way, play a land next turn for a talisman, and then use the talisman to Ancestral. I know this opens us up to all sorts of discard and stuff, but we're fine. Get the talisman down, and then in their upkeep, so I don't have to go to discard, I would like to Ancestral myself. Although technically, I may have been better off doing this in their end step, just in case they did have a counterspell, having lots of mana represented there. But we're good, we're fine. They literally didn't play anything. I could Preordain, then fetch. I might fetch, then Preordain, because if I scry some stuff to the bottom, I might want it to stay on the bottom, and we're also running out of fetchables. I do need the Savannah to be... I was about to say, I do need the Savannah to be in my deck so it can be fetched off the other fetch. But that's okay. We're here now. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I'll just cast the Uro, put a land down, and then drop Elvish Mystic, and then we're set up for like a huge Pest Infestation or an Upheaval. Alright. In fact, we'll be untapping with 6 mana, and we can play our 7th land if we want to. Opponent, once again, doing nothing. Reading Elvish Mystic. Okay. They're red as well. I'm so fine with Flame Slash targeting Elvish Mystic. Let's go Exploration. Drop the extra land. We could do Pest Infestation for 2, targeting nothing, but I think we're probably just going to wait for them to cast something nice and then Upheaval. Do the old Arena double tap Q and float all of our mana. Okay, not passing again. I bet they're holding up a counterspell. If we cast Nissa and it doesn't work, we can always bring back Uro. Not this turn. If we play our extra land and pay all of our life for this, and we could do Uro this turn. That's fine. Let's just do... Oh, yeah, nothing. They have nothing at instant speed. I could even ultimate Nissa right now, which does nothing. So let's go make an 8/8 and put our opponent on a, like a 3-turn clock. That seems pretty good for an opponent who's done nothing and doesn't even have that many cards in hand. See? 6 lands Upheaval. Snap keep. No, wait. 6 lands Talisman. Snap keep. Whoa. And they're passing again. Well, just keep sending this up. Maybe next turn we ultimate it and kill them with our 2 creatures. They don't have any kind of board weight. Maybe they are also upheaval. 2, 3, 6. They could also have upheaval. In which case I'm pretty fine playing Ezekiel's Chariot into an upheaval because I can just recast that. Don't lose anything for that. Got those big Norwegian forest cats. They're hypoallergenic, not to be confused with hyperallergenic. Hypoallergenic cats, especially bred to not set off people with cat allergies. Okay, they countered the spell. That means I could play Uro if I wanted to. That would mean that they die next turn. If they don't produce a blocker, they can at least exile this from the graveyard. I may end up upheavaling the Uro, but at this rate, I'm just playing threats. Does mean I lose the Ancestral if I get the Eternal Witness. Does this even fetch any? Oh yeah, Islands. It's like, oh, I've taken the Savannah and the Spyro's headquarters out. Does it fetch anything? Yeah, no, we're good. Caracas? Well, that's fine then. I dare them to use it. I might do it myself anyway. Manamorphose on double green, turning their red into green so they have no red anymore. Now they can't Pyromancer. What's the plan? What do you got? What's this gonna get? 3 steps ahead, probably? If they do that, they're just gonna die to a Nissa ultimate. No? Okay. Storm count is 2. Now it's 3. You could mill me for 12. You could... Yeah. Yeah, that... I don't know what was going on over there. They haven't shown me any artifacts or enchantments, and that's basically the only thing I have sideboard for. And not a lot of interaction either. Just 1 piece of interaction. Well, counterspell, but 1 piece of direct on-board interaction, so the Nadu's not really worth boarding in. Could do No More Lies. That doesn't feel necessary. I think deck's perfect. Run it back. Oh, yeah, brilliant. We go Forest, Exploration, Elf. Yes, hello opponent. I do normally hit my opponent with a hello and then immediately mute them. Always mute your arena opponents. Like the easiest way that you can get tilted, annoyed, distracted is by like your opponent emoting a whole bunch of salty emotes. It doesn't matter if they're being really friendly or anything. Just mute them. Really doesn't matter what your opponent has to say. Could brainstorm before playing the second land in case we get a fetch that we want to send away. Don't have to brainstorm. I'm going to brainstorm. Brainstorm is one of the most skill-intensive cards in Magic. Amateur resolving brainstorm has their win rate decreased by up to 40%. A pro resolving a brainstorm increases their win rate by up to 40%. It's so divisive, and I am several beers in, and so I'm going to put Ulamog and Upheaval back and then just redraw them with the Ancestral because, I don't know, I'll run out the Lotus Petal in case they, well, maybe they'll destroy it now, but I don't know, in case they play Thalia or something with their deck that clearly has no white in it. Yeah, let's just do this now while they can't do anything about it. Watch the Mind Twist. Oh my god, I should have done that pre-combat. I would have got an extra damage in. Ugh, missing stuff all over the place here. Anyway, time for more beer. Opponent up to 4 mana. What set is this from? Is that Popcorn? Is it from the unset? Is that the dog from the... Ah, okay, we're natural ordering. That explains all of the 2 green creatures that they played last time. But guess what, World Spineworm? Guess what? Hit the old double Q. It only taps lands? I thought the double Q tapped all your creatures as well. No, let's do this, and... Do I need to use the Lotus Petal? I don't need to. I want to leave a green floating. Let's hit the old full control. And pop that World Spine Worm right back into your hand. Alright, exploration. Chop our 2 forests. And here come all the dorks. Dork Parade. I could play the Lotus Petal for another elf, but I'll just play the elf next turn. It's no big deal. Lotus Petal might be the 10th mana for Ulamog at this rate. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, it could be. Could be. Yeah, and the opponent's just going to discard there. Could E with the upheaval. Just seems better to go for the Ancestral at this point. Will drop a land so that I don't have to tap my Noble Hierarch to cast the Ancestral, because I might be using it to cast Lino War Elves. There's Anissa. Brilliant. And yeah, tap land down. Do this, I don't know, bluff a Spell Pierce or something. There, Dork. Which I have exalted, so my Eternal Witness can still get through that. I also have Nissa, so all of my creatures can get through that if I want. Both Nissas. Let's do this this Nissa, so we can go and get Raphellos. So let's go green. Because that just means that we Ulamog next turn, and I don't think the opponent can beat that. There, Raphellos. I should have counted my mana in case I could do Nissa. 2, 3, 6. Ah, perfect. And the Lotus Petals here is insurance anyway. We're good. We're good. They are so dead next turn. I can Ulamog their permanents away and then just pump the team. Oh my goodness. Unless they flash in this World Spine Worm, in which case they're only going to go to like -20 instead of -100. This gives trample, just for fun. That's, yeah. Yeah. Cool. On to the next game. Okay, game 2. Let's see if we can upheave our way through this one. Gaia's Cradle, that's basically just a forest. But we do have the turn 2 channel for Ulamog. We're on the draw. Hopefully they don't discard us or counterspell us. But being on the draw is almost better, because it means that when I channel and cast the Ulamog, I can exile 2 of their permanents, 2 lands, or any other land that they put into play. As opposed to if I did it on the play, I'd only exile 1 land, and it may not actually do anything. Well, I mean, they're red-black. They're probably not going to be able to remove this Ulamog. Yes! Gaze upon it, opponent. Gaze upon our hand in all of its glory. 4 lands. Channel Ulamog. Perfect. Now, please don't Thoughtseize me. Are they playing blue, or are they just always going to pay 2 life for this? No! Ah, devastating. But, are they going to take the channel or the Ulamog? The Ulamog. This is tough, because I could have other things that I could channel into. But I could also... Oh, they're going to... Okay, I was going to say they're going to reanimate my Ulamog, but no, that's fine. They're just going to reanimate that, and I'm going to be left with nothing. Kind of want to cycle this Spire's Headquarters now, so I at least have something to do. I'm going to have no blue mana as a result, but, you know. Or maybe you don't. Okay, cool. I was just hoping that they'd run out of gas and do nothing, but, you know, this is a nice... that gets Planeswalkers. Of course it does. Of course it does. Can't block this, has Menace. I will not forget to cycle this. I'm totally going to forget to cycle this, but... Right, here we go. More elves. Let's do it. Let's do the elves. Well, here's my blue mana, I guess. Unfortunately, I couldn't double trigger this and also find the Raphellos. That would have been pretty sick. Could have used that Raphellos to cast nothing, because the only thing I'm ramping towards is Ulamog, which is in my bin. Or the Upheaval, I guess. Okay, Lyris with the Mox. I do believe that on Arena, the powered cube is skewed to have more moxin in it. Unlike in MTGO, where it's not necessarily true that every mox will show up. It's like a 540 card cube, which means it goes to 12 players and only 8 people are drafting. So not every card is guaranteed to come out in every draft. I think I'm okay trading this with Lurrus. This is like decent, but Lurrus just casts Valky over and over again. Yeah, okay. And if they attack with the Lurrus, I'm also thinking about double blocking. Feels pretty bad with Guy's Cradle in hand, but that Lurrus is just so good. Valky me. See that I have nothing in hand. Ah, boo. They can still do it. Ah, boo. Ah, well, they're not going to cut me off mana. I have infinite mana. Unless they attack with Lurrus, in which case I'll double block. I'll have less than infinite mana. Okay, Grief coming in, that's fine, whatever. Hey! See? We're still in the game. That would have been nice last turn. That's okay. Mayhem isn't like Madness, so when they take out the Liliana, I still won't be able to cast it. The Flying Menace is okay, but I think I can just transform him later if I really need. I should have played the... No, I was going to say I should have played the island so I can have up Force of Negation, but I won't be able to anyway, because I get my blue mana off this, and then I... Well, maybe I should have played the island so that next turn I could have up Force of Negation. It's okay, we're here now. Maybe they'll just -2 the Liliana for some reason. Does this connive? Yeah, only when he hits a player. Some cards have updated for modern wording to trick when they hit a Planeswalker. Okay, Entomb with Lurrus. Is it Animate Dead? Are we going to see Animate Dead in the graveyard? Put my Ulamog into play? I'm a god. I figured it out. I'm a genius. I can't even Force a Negation this. Don't have the double blue. Don't have a blue card in hand. I think my only out now is Upheaval off the top. I just discarded my second blue source for the Upheaval. Yeah, go burn your face. I don't want them seeing my deck. I'm just gonna skip that up right there. Okay, so artifacts and enchantments. They've got the Overlord, they've got Animate Dead, they've got Marcus Ruby. They have Graveyard. Do I have Graveyard Hate? No. That would have been cool to get some Graveyard Hate pieces. There's so many good main boardable Graveyard Hate things in Vintage Cube, especially this powered cube, and I just... Nothing. That's cool. They drawing cards? Do I need Leovold? Do they have interaction? No. No, they're just doing stuff from their own graveyard. They don't give a shit about me. That's cool. I could regrowth, so that when they discard my Ulamog, I get it back. Or no more lines to disrupt them? Ah, I'm on the play. I'm just gonna go. Go hard. Alright, Slam Jam. That's the plan. Thought I could turn one Hullbreacher there for a second, but I can't. Hand's not great. The Ulamog's pretty dead, but if we draw channel off the top, there's a 1 in 33 chance. Just run this. Maybe I should have kept that in case they made me discard a card, but I'll probably discard the Ulamog and let them, reanimate it. Ah! Wish I could Hullbreacher that. Devastating. Man. Oh well. What if they just pass a turn with no lands? Should I Force a Negation that? No, okay. That's a classic, legacy vintage play. Okay. I'm gonna get this down, just in case I draw a real land next turn, and it does technically tap for 1 with the Hullbreacher, so... That's just... yeah. Not looking good here. I mean, my opponent hasn't done anything, but, neither have I. Steam Vents, okay, no swamps or anything. Oh, there's the swamp. Nothing in graveyard to reanimate, though. You gonna grief me? No. That's still a creature spell on the stack, even if it's not a creature when it enters. Ha ha! You get nothing! Good day, sir, you lose! They're totally gonna kill this Hullbreacher, but I'm gonna put it into play to get a clock going. Because if we draw something like it... Yeah, okay. We're still a little ways off. We'll have to untap again before we can hardcast this Force of Negation. But, you know, cut off their sorcery speed card draw here. That was already going to be cut off because I could flash this in a response. Okay, this just dies and they get to put something into the graveyard. So that would be an excellent reason not to cast this, is so that they don't... I mean, who am I kidding? I'm not going to not cast Hellbreacher in case they exactly have Bitter Triumph, discarding the creature that they reanimate, you know. Now if they go for the reanimate, I can Force a Negation it, so... We're fine. Okay. You can take the Ulamog out if you ever reach 10 mana. If you ever reach 10 mana, you can copy my Ulamog. Hey, that's pretty good. You can do this for 2, which is exactly as many as they have. This is why we play Pest Infestation. Watch me get mana leaked. Oh, it resolves. Look at all these blockers for Valky. Okay, they can get the Mox back. That's fine. It's like a mediocre use of Illyris. There's the channel, if I ever get that guy back. Illyris makes things awkward. Means that I have to send my pests in one at a time. This guy's Cradle taps for 5, 6, 7... Okay, so I don't even need the channel to cast the Ulamog at this stage. I mean, 6, 7, 8, 9... I need one more land. The channel can pay 3 life to cast the Ulamog. That's a pretty brave attack. What are you doing? Board wiping? What's going on here? You mind twisting me? You want me to put the Ulamog back in hand so you get... But I just Force a Negation that. What are you doing? Is that your way of conceding? You toxic deluging? In which case, why'd the Lurus attack? Oh, you thought I wouldn't block? You thought I wouldn't block? What are you doing? I had a bunch of 1/1s whose sole purpose was blocking. Alright, I'm gonna channel. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's take out the creature, probably. Although it doesn't do too much once the Ulamog's in play. Now we could hit their white source. I don't know what they need white for other than Lurus. Or I reckon we hit Fiery Islet because it draws a card, so that's their ouch. I think I'm gonna need another glass of wine before we go to the 3rd round. Okay. You get my Force of Negation, and do you want to cast? It's going to be channel. Look, sink into stupor. Yeah, that's pretty good. Sinking the Ulamog back into hand definitely sets me back to 2, 4, 6. Need 2 more creatures or mana sources in play to cast that. But otherwise, that Cryptomination is not great. I'm a little bit more worried about Reanimate on Overlord, I guess. Oh, come on. I even removed your extra card draw and everything. Opponent's just like a god of top decking, apparently. Ah, never mind, so am I. We just make guys, right? These block. They say block on them. Card says block. Secret flavor text. It says in brackets below, underneath the line. You know, the line that separates the like real text from the flavor text. It says this creature blocks. You want to reanimate it again and hope for the Ulamog, don't you? Am I okay with that? There's a 1 in 6 chance that they pop off here. But then that means that they're not reanimating the Overlord, which is also really annoying. But they're not killing the Nissa by doing this. But they are stopping it from ultimating. How many forests have I got? 2. 1 in 6? Knowing my luck, they'll hit my Ulamog. Do they have Lightning Bolt? What's going on here? I mean, I know what's going on here, but like, I want to know what's going on here. I want to know the outcomes before they happen. Okay. Animate Dead's gone. Surely getting like Lurus back. Urtai is decent too, but if you get the Lurus back, then you can cast the Animate Dead. Probably I could just -1 this Nissa and kill the... what? Oh, it's a 9-10. So why? Why would you get back a... Oh, 10-11 in this case. Why do you get back a big creature with no other text? And there's another creature that blocks... In fact, it chump blocks the Souls of the Lost, and I'll just remove that so that you don't get anything else back. I'm not going to attack into that, that's fine. I just have to block this every turn, which I already have something in play that makes a creature every turn, so I think I'll be okay. Yeah. Sure, as the opponent, this doesn't feel like a great attack, but you kinda gotta make it. Okay, we're both empty-handed. I'll just sack my Llanowar Elves. Yeah, okay. Wow, there's all the mana I could ever want. There's no... Yeah, I don't want to destroy anything. More chump blockers. Attack you for 9. You can't even profitably double block this. You either got to go to 1 or you got to chump. Yeah, maybe they have fetch lands or something. Well, okay, they want to put that in the graveyard just in case they get another reanimate, which is like, if they're reanimating again, then surely you want to target Ulamog? Unless it's true reanimate, in which case you lose life equal to its mana value. Menace, huh? Well, you can only kill one of these. I guess I could put the Noble Hierarch instead of Raphaelis, but honestly that Exalted is... Yeah, didn't think so. Raphaelis is still alive. So I still have a ton of mana. If I Eternal Witness that Ulamog back, I could just cast it. I think we've seen every... We haven't seen every elf, but I don't think this is very good, and I definitely don't need the land. I said... Deck, I said... Definitely don't need the land. I'll play it because Liliana's here. No point attacking. Alright. Yeah. We're doing draw go. I'm glad I took out that land that could draw a card, because that limits their outs. Upheaval. If I cast this, I reset my own board, but my board will be better than theirs. Although they will be able to go Mox into Souls. If I attack with both of these, I can get at least some damage through. I might send these at Liliana. That way they don't pick it up when the upheaval goes off. I know this reduces my mana by 1 with the Gaia's Cradle though. Oh, no, let's destroy the Mox Ruby. Oh, I figured out the line. Alright, we're here. We did it. That grows that. Alright, that's cool. Bunch of mana. Control which mana is going to be tapped, because I don't need blue for anything after this is done resolving. Bam! Little kissy for you. Little kisseroo from me to you. Alright. Game 3 against Reanimator, who's going to be on the play, so they can go land, Mox, Grief, Persist Grief, Reanimate, Animate Dead Grief. Okay. I don't have anything that beats that, so I guess Leovold does mean that I draw a card every time I become the target of a spell or ability, which they do. They don't draw cards, but I don't know. The extra black mana is just annoying to add to the mana base. I'm sure it'll be totally fine, but we got double green stuff and need a critical threshold of forests, and let's just run it back. Alright. We can turn 1 Raphaelis. He'll tap for 2 mana on turn 2. So we're getting Pest Infestation, access to... that got the other... Well, there's still fetches a forest. Okay. Hopefully they don't just insta-gib Raphaelis, and we'll be alright. Even if they do, I'll just go. I could go tap land Llanowar, or I could cast Gobin. Gobin seems good. No, I need a blue source. The center's tapped, makes him tap for 3, and we get the Llanowar. I think it might be better to just Gobin and Llanowar this turn. And then we can die horribly to Toxic Deluge. That sounds fun. You're gonna grief scam me while I have some really cool stuff in my hand, actually. Okay, there's Entomb, and we'll see Animate Dead on it. Yep. At least we can destroy that with the Pest Infestation. As long as they don't cast anything too rad off the top. Liliana's kind of okay. This is, like, fine. Guess we just sack... hang on. So we have 2, 3, 4... We'll only have 5 mana next turn if we keep the Llanowar. Oh, they're making us discard. I guess... Brainstorm. Hello, Hellbridger. Let's get the extra mana in. Yeah, because now we can do this XS2 again. Although, hopefully they don't just reanimate the Atali again. That would be quite bad. Get their face, get the Connive, which means that I can grow this guy bigger. I suspect they're going to make me discard the last card in my hand anyway. Yeah, there's a Mox. That's fine. You're not going to -2 me on this board, are you? Are you? I get rid of a pest and then kill you with Gobin? Yeah, cool. Azika's Chariot's gone. Didn't matter what I had in my hand, so at least getting the counter on this is actually worth something, because it means that when... Oh, hello. When I have to, I can hit down the Liliana. I don't really want to discard the Ulamog in case they reanimate it. Noble Harrog's pretty good with Gobin, really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we get another forest, then it's like 7, 8. Yeah, okay, let's try and hang on to the Ulamog in case they... Oh, what am I talking about? They're just gonna make me put it in the graveyard anyway. I should have kept the Noble Harrog. the whole speech that I did in the previous turn. Man, I have a goldfish memory right now. I've just finished my beer. Could have had that Noble Harrog in play. That's an extra damage every turn I could have had. That's okay. Maybe. Possibly. If I lose by like the 3 points of damage that this could have dealt, then it's going to be quite upsetty. Face, and then a few of these at Lily. Just to make sure it doesn't ultimate here. Get my redraw, see if I get anything good. No, I don't think that qualifies. We'll just send that, and then this can go here, which can help us flip Gobin eventually, maybe. Do we have a... No, we don't even have a Black Sauce. Maybe I should just be playing Underground Sea to increase the chance of flipping Gobin. I think I said that when I was putting the deck together and or drafting. Once again, goldfish memory. Living in the moment. Let's say that. I'm living in the moment. Being very mindful. They didn't even tick up the Lily. I guess I had no cards in hand. Can't see Revenant getting all the life back's annoying, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can flip 1 mana and Upheaval. That doesn't. Oh, I guess I get my Nissa back. I can just Llanowar else. I lose all my 1/1s. This Gobin's pretty big. They are just going to uptick the Liliana if I leave this in hand, though. What are they going to do? Grief scan me? Probably. Well, we came here to Upheaval. I haven't played a land for turn. So, let's Upheaval. Oh, I wish I could go Talisman of Creativity into something else, but it doesn't tap for green. So, if they do cast Grief, they'll be removing Gobin, most likely. As a result, let's just get the Gobin down. He's a clock. He's a pretty quick clock, really. Let's say if they get 2 mana sources down in a swamp and then Lily me, then that's really bad. Okay, blue mana only. That's fine. You got a blue and a red if you want it. Reanimate spells are black. Normally. Yeah, that's right. Just pass. Pass the turn. I didn't really think that hard about this turn. I once again can't Talisman of Creativity into a useful 1-drop. I'm gonna send Uro directly into the graveyard. Do not pass go, because We may be able to cast him next turn. And it puts a counter on the Goblin. Land of War Elves down. If they Lily, then I'll sack that. If they don't, then I can cast the Uro. This is pretty good. Keep getting in with my unblockable guy. Yeah, whatever. This will land. So, Nissa, green, green, Raphaelos. Bet opponent's regretting not just free casting that grief. It's not like Liliana does too much on this board now. You gonna hardcast it? Yeah. Okay, well, Nissa's gone, but that's okay, because I still get Uro. That one's not bad too. This will make the green for Uro. Yeah, that's fine. Do this. Add green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, preordain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not going to be enough to Uro and... actually, no, I can put the Gaia's Cradle into play, but the blue mana, I need 4 blue. Am I going to have 2? It doesn't matter what order these go in because of the Uro. Or does it because of the other Nissa? Let's just remove stuff that I wouldn't want to use Eternal Witness to get back. Plus, I probably would want to get Ulamog back with Eternal Witness, but I'm going to take it out just in case opponent gets Animate Dead or something. Have they used it already? They have, in case they get Luris into Animate Dead. Is this the second Nissa trigger? Yeah, so get my elf. In which case I should have added green, because now I have to tap down my whole Gaia's Cradle or Raphaelos for this. And whatever. All that, and Goblin hasn't even attacked yet, so I might just end up discarding the Force Negation. I probably should have attacked first. I am not paying attention. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Don't Lily uptick. Don't Lily uptick. I mean, I think if you're Lilying an uptick on this turn, then you're losing. But I don't want to discard Ancestral Recall. That card's sick. Maybe I should have flipped Goblin just so I could... I don't have the mana to, but if I could, then I should have. So that when I discard the Ancestral Recall, I can... use the blue mana I don't have to... That's pretty sick, actually. Yeah, if I just got instants this way, that's pretty cool. Yeah, sure. If you uptick, then you're probably dead next turn. Yep, cool. Well, you're not like dead, not this turn. Unless I Eternal Witness the Nissa back. I know it only gives +2/+2 in trample, but I think on this board that's probably enough. Bam. Math is for blockers. Let's go. Just slam jam it. Slam and jam straight into the opponent's face. It's got trample. This is probably like a billion. Yeah, -9. We're all good. We're all good. Alright, on to the next game. Chance for a trophy. Not that Arena has trophies. Chance to get more gems back than I started with. Alright, we have checked on the budgie, who is tweeting happily. We have swapped our beer for a lovely Barossa Valley Shiraz. And we are ready for Game 3. And once again, I cannot stress this enough. Do not, and I am not recommending, like, do not try and drink and draft at the same time. For legal reasons. For many reasons. Personal experience. Just don't do it. Alright, I'm mulliganing down to 6. Force Negation does nothing. Eternal Witness does nothing. Nissa does nothing. I'm going to keep this hand. And we got our double green and double blue if we keep like this. Oh, and we're on the play. I didn't even realize. Okay. That's cool. Look, as long as it's the, as long as I don't bring that back, that's fine. Now we can, oh my god, I wish I didn't have to put that forest down to the bottom. Now Raphaelos is like really bad. Ugh. Guess I should have sent Force Negation down, huh? Not that I could have known. I mean, I could have. but like, not really. But like, I might have, but also not really. And the duress. That's fine. Honestly, probably the most annoyed if they take the pest infestation here, because if we draw any land, then that can just hit the tellers. Yeah, okay. They figured it out. This elf means that next turn we can definitely cast either Eternal Witness or Raphaelis. Eternal Witness getting the land back's pretty... okay. I was about to say, Eternal Witness getting the land back. This wine's pretty good. The Eternal Witness getting the land back is going to be a good play. Opponent deep in the tank for some reason. I think you just strip mine the island, right? There's... I guess if you hit the green, then I might not hit double green for the Eternal Witness. Okay, they've left me with 2 colors of mana. No, they know about the Raphaelis, that's why. Sure. Didn't have a blue card for the Force of Negation on the Crucible. Gonna have to hit something pretty good here, because the Eternal Witness into land isn't going to be good enough anymore. The Gaia's Cradle does cast the Eternal Witness, but then it just gets wastelanded. Kind of tempting to take the Pest Infestation, because if I draw a land, I can blow up the Crucible. But if I don't draw a land, what am I talking about? I'm a god. I'll draw a land. Look, they don't have any sort of pressure in play. As long as the only thing they do every turn is strip mine me, then I will kill them in 6-7 turns, which is not a great clock. I think they're gonna probably cast something before that happens. They're gonna kill my Elvish Mystic too? No. Okay. Yeah, Pest Infestation was the greedy play, but to be honest, I was thinking about just scooping anyway to the Wasteland strip mine. Always play it out, though. Always play it out. If this resolves, it turns off the Mox Opal. Excellent. I'm fine trading with this because it means that the pests can get in. Yeah, that's fine. Need a new artifact if you want to use the Mox. Now we're both on similar amounts of mana, even after you destroyed all my lands. But you're also several cards up as a result. And you know everything that's in my hand, and you know that it's really bad. If I don't draw land, then I guess I'm just holding up Elvish Mystic for Force of Negation, just in case. Doesn't feel great, but it doesn't change the clock that much. Even if I draw a land. Well, I am going to cast it, because it does give me the extra green next turn. And you know what? Let's get in with 1 pest. If they want to flash in like a Hull Breacher or something, then it trades this way, and I have a good blocker now. Good, quote unquote, good blocker against all those, all those flash creatures with 1 toughness that don't fly. Okay, they didn't do that when I went to combat. They decided to do that after I had already attacked. This doesn't have haste. It's not like I'm going to cast Force of Negation. And even if I did, like, you don't wait for me to go to combat and then like go deep in the tank about something. What are you thinking about? Why are you looking at your graveyard? Oh, I was about to say, they're going to cast a dig through time, are they? Just everything out of the bin for a dig through time. That's also wholly unnecessary timing. I mean, they know my hand, so they know I can't interact, but if they didn't know my hand, then that's just lazy. Not that I'm in any position to judge. Tamiyo. With all of my 1Xs. Oh, that's something I want to have Force of Negation up for. Okay. I could target them with Ancestral. Make them flip Tamiyo. Force them to flip Tamiyo and then kill it. Have they got a Force of Negation? Force of Will? I'm going to mute them because I don't give a shit about what they have to say. Okay. Look, I'm dead in 3 turns. Technically enough time to find a Nissa, blow out the Triplicate Titan, and then still die to the 3/3s it makes. I could go Forest, cast Raphaelis, No, that won't be enough mana for an Ulamog. Ulamog would be a good out against the Triplicate Titan, though. Calvaducci, if that is indeed your real name. Stop looking at your graveyard. Stop it! Okay, so they have multiple delve spells here. If I had any way of punishing graveyard synergies, then that would be awesome. Yeah. It's a flip Tameo, but they've emptied their graveyard mostly. I guess getting the Force of Will back is the best thing they can do. Play the Raphaelos. No good attacks. I guess, no, not even letting one die to get a life point doesn't even do anything here. If I draw a forest, and then what's that? 2, 4, 6, 7. If I draw a forest, I can cast the Nissa, and I can minus it, and I'll still die in the air. Yeah, and they can also Force of Will it. Yeah, whatever. I'm bored. Alright. Tinker, hey? Haywire Might would be good, except it only hits non-creatures, like Crucible of Worlds, so it is good. There we go. Cankabloom, good. No More Lies, actually could be okay. They're drawing off Treasure Cruise. This doesn't draw, this doesn't draw. They are trying to flip the Tameo, so the Leovold does stop that. Which means I want the Underground Sea. They have counterspells. Fighting counterspells decks on the stack is not normally where you want to be. I could still try. I already have so many cuts to make now. Let's go down Malcolm. He's a little bit anemic. Let's go down... Chariot normally does kill them, but it is very full mana. Upheaval could just get Force of Willed. And they've got like a little bit of mana denial plus some ramp. It's possible the Upheaval's not great unless they've tinkered for the Triplicate Titan, in which case it does become good, but I might go down the Upheaval, which means that my Talisman is also less important. So's the Lotus Petal. If I wanted to hold on to anything else. Arena, what do you suggest my land spread be? Okay. 2 black sources. 3 black sources. Whoops. Okay. Guess I leave the Lotus Petal in, just because it casts my splashes. Let's try that. Oh yeah. Left this bottle of wine open on the counter for like way too long, and now it tastes really good. Turn 1 Haywire might hold up its ability. Probably just go land, Petal, and Ancestral in their upkeep. Classic vintage play. Oh, I could have done it on my own turn, I guess, since I would have had to go to discard, but like, what am I doing with that mana anyway? I mean, nothing, as in I have no mana to do with that. Okay, is it going to put Tinker on top? If you put Tinker on top, then I'm holding up No More Lies. And Haywire Might. Yeah, they're putting their own Ancestral up. Where is my Leovold? Show me Leovold. I think I might just be No More Lying... No More Liesing? No More Lying. I'm just going to try and counter their Ancestral. Let's say that. Haywire Might into play, just in case something stupid happens. I mean, also because it's kind of free. Although I guess I could have played the Restless Finestalk and just left up the No More Lies. But this also works towards having more creatures on board for the Gaia's Cradle. Yeah, let's just try and say no to that. If they Force a Will, then their Ancestral is like going down. Or like at parity. It just turns my No More Lies into a Hinterturak, which I'm pretty fine playing against my opponent right now. Stop mousing over that. They're probably checking whether it's creature or non-creature. No, okay, they're probably just paying for Dismember. Cool. Okay, that means I can either hold up Hull Reacher or play Nissa. I don't know. Let's just hold up Hull Reacher. Sounds more fun. Plus, they don't have enough stuff in Graveyard to Treasure Cruise, but if they did... yeah, well, look. I'm a genius. Now I can play around that upticking. And you all doubted me. Alright. Guys, discard the tap land. I already have my blue under me. And here's the Hull Breacher. No force of will. That's good. Oh! 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 I played these in the wrong order, didn't I? Yeah, now shut up. Whatever. Get that Liliana. Get her! Oh, I planned it this way. I planned it this way from the beginning. Oh, it's like I'm going to draw Noble Hierarch and just kill Vanessa. Yes. Oh! Oh! Oh, yeah. That's good. And they didn't even play the land from the graveyard, so they're not going to get any value from this Crucible. They're only going to get value from that wasteland. Here we go. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I can't cast my Force of Negation now, but they're one card in hand. It's my 8 power of attack next turn, and I'll be able to hold up Force of Negation as long as they don't do anything funky right now. Shelldark Isle. 28, 26. Yeah, we're away from that being relevant. We're fine. Excellent. Beautiful. Poetry in motion. Let's burn off that mana, and it's pretty free to attack with the pest. They can block 1, but then they take 7 down to 3, and either of these becomes a lethal threat next turn. Their outs are rapidly diminishing. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's go to game 3 of match 3 and get absolutely stomped. Okay, we really want this Leovold and that Hull Breacher, knowing they have the Ancestral. Still don't have any way to hit on their graveyard. Still want to be able to destroy their artifacts and enchantments. Could be a reason to regrowth, because some of these are specifically targeted hate pieces. We're on the draw. Look, I think they're probably just gonna kill us in the turn 1 or 2 before we can even get anything down, regardless of what we do. So yeah, let's just go with it. When are they putting gemstone caverns into Vintage Cube? That's what I want to know. Ooh, could be Gaia's Cradle going down, or probably just with no Ulamog in hand and only like 7 ways to find it. Let's just drop that to the bottom for now. And I could turn 1 Goban. I might. I'm going to Ancestral right now. See if it's got Force of Negation. No, okay. Because now I can Brainstorm in response to something, but now it leaves the white mana up in case I draw No More Lies. Or black mana up in case I draw Leovold. I can just cast Goban next turn anyway. Okay, they have a clue. And beneath the Spell Bomb, it's like a fine tempo play. So I could cast Eternal Witness, get back Ancestral, and if they want to bounce it, then that's like really bad for them. Or I could just get Goban going and quote unquote going. They'll probably just bounce him as a tempo play. I feel like this is the most threatening thing to do right now, because it just feels bad to Spellbomb it. Get all these extra cards going. Yeah. Yeah. 29 cards in deck to their 32. Uh-oh. Where's my Force of Negation? Mum, come pick me up. I'm scared. It's going to be Tinker to the top land, Tinker away, clue, play a 9/9. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that flips to Tamiyo. Maybe Tinker is already in their hand. But the Tamiyo ticking up, that's like okay. The Eternal Witness still hits it for 1. It does turn off the Goban. Would mean that I'd have to flip it into Fleam if I wanted to deal damage. But I could just Ancestral again, although they may have drawn Force of Will. Let's get our 1 damage on Tamiyo, so they can't just -3 it for Ancestral and keep going with the Tamiyo. Ancestral target, I guess it wasn't the greatest time to do it, but I figure they're going to force it anyway, and it means that, yeah, there we go. I can play my creatures out with the most information. What did they exile? Treasure Cruise. That's, without the Leovold in play, that's pretty fine. Happy to see that gone. Get Gobin down. Well, they have no blue mana to bounce it immediately. They'll crack their clue. I mean, the Gobin can't do anything as long as Tamiyo's ticking up. But if for some reason they really do decide that Ancestral or Force of Will is worth more than the Tamiyo, then the Gobin does start going up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, can't do a ton about the Tamiyo. The other thing is if they don't bounce the Gobin, then the Gaia's Cradle will be worth mana. They're mousing over it. They're going to dismember it. They're priming. Oh, Duress. I have only... Damn, I would have loved to cast a Brainstorm in response to the Duress, but that's okay. I only have 1 legal target. Yeah, rip Duress. Okay, Liliana gone. Happy to see that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's just... I mean, I can't... I literally can't do anything to the Tamiyo. Gonna attack you for fun. Yeah, this has to deal combat damage. It's not when it attacks. But now, if I draw Ulamog, then... And I have to draw Ulamog, because otherwise Tamiyo is ultimating this turn, and I don't think it's going to end well for me somehow. I'm not just going to scoop. I'm not a filthy vintage legacy player, because, you know, half the cards in your deck might still be terrible, but yeah, looking pretty grim here. I can't block anyway, so yeah, let's just send everything at Tamiyo and hope they misclick and let the Eternal Witness through. Yeah, I really need that Restless Vinestalk down. That definitely would have been pretty good against Tamiyo. I could have grown the Gobin and also dealt damage by itself. Whoops. I can't remember the first few turns of the game, but if I could, I don't think I had any good opportunities to get that down before activating it. And they're going to strip mine it anyway, that's fine. Let's see how much they value the Tamiyo. Surely they're just -7 here. It feels wrong to have played your land and strip mine this. Unless you're planning on ticking out the Tamiyo like the greedy little bugger that the opponent might be. Surely you just -7 that right now. You know that I don't have the Hull Breacher in hand. If you give me it... Oh my god, if you give me another turn, I could draw the Hull Breacher. What are you doing, opponent? What are you doing? You should have just killed me while you had the chance. Should have aimed for the head. Oh, he said... Never mind. They're going to cast my Hull Breacher off this anyway. Elvish Mystic. Yep, that blocks. Have I got anything? Nope. They uptick the Tamiyo. Ugh, maybe I did need the regrowth in. Yeah, they didn't even block because the Tamiyo can still ultimate. Let's hit full control. Put the Fear of God into him. Maybe I have a... Maybe I have the Hull Breacher. You don't know that. No, they're just going to -7. It was a bit weird to Saheeli before -7ing. Again, you always want to draw your cards before you make the, your mana decisions, so that you make the most informed decisions with your mana. Because now they can only cast a 2-drop with these 13 cards in hand. Or a 0-drop, as the case may be. I'm pretty bored. I'm thinking about conceding, but I could draw an Ulamog off the top, so I guess we'll stick with this. It was pretty rough getting duressed with the Brainstorm in hand, not being able to cast it, and then only having lands left. Look, if they attack with Fallen Shinobi, then I'm just going to quadruple block it with Pests. So maybe the opponent will mill themselves out. Let's see. We've got five lands represented. So as we know, they could have just drawn 11 lands. And they haven't upticked the Tameo, so I can attack with Gobin, and it will actually deal damage. You're gonna dismember a 1/1? You're gonna dismember a 1/1 opponent? Do it. Better Triumph. Okay, yeah, sure. I mean that types them out. Discarding a swamp, yeah, that's pretty free for them. I kind of want to hit them with Gobin to increase its size so that it can deal damage. But like, if I hit the Tameo with Gobin, then that's the same as if I increased its size, really, without the loot, I guess. Thank you, Hellbreacher. Oh my goodness. Wow. Right. Yeah. Cool. Good. Perfect timing. Brilliant. Right on time, Hellbreacher. Well, you know, if they crack that bauble... they didn't even crack the bauble. Cool. Sick. Excellent. If they cast this guy into a crime... sure. They're going to try and strip lock me, which also doesn't put... Well, I guess it doesn't really put that much more on board, but they can do it while Sahealing, so... Yeah. Whatever. Game's done. Ulamog is no longer an out. I don't know. Maybe they discarded Treasure Cruise and Ancestral. Maybe they Time Twister. Please Time Twister, opponent. That'd be sick. That'd be awesome. There's no reason to let them hit me with the Shinobi. It's not like they're not forced to cast the spells, and I don't have anything. I don't have Upheaval in the deck anymore. Upheaval would be not great on this board. Okay, they're gonna make a second Fallen Shinobi. Yeah. 9 cards left in deck though. If I just target them with Ancestral Recall a bunch, you know, the Ancestral that's in my graveyard with no way of me getting it back. Yeah, put out the Hullbreacher so I can block a 1/1. Pluck something else and lose the game. They hit lands. That's okay, because I shouldn't have played that land. I shouldn't have played that land. What am I doing? Block 1. Yeah. I sleep. I go to sleep now. I go to bed. Good night. Good night, opponent. Okay, so overall, a 2-1. Could I play that last game better? Yeah, probably. Would I have played it better if I wasn't like 6 drinks in? Also, probably. That's alright. I get some packs. It's not really worth the difference between 3 wins and 2 wins. Would I have won if I was sober? Also probably not. I don't know. Anyway, come back and join us next time for some more rage-inducing misplays on Don't Drink and Draft. And catch you guys. Same bad time, same bad channel.